Hi, I'm Betsy with Desserts Required, and today I'm going to show you how I put together my Gooey Mounds brownie cups. I have on the website several different kinds of Gooey brownie cups for two reasons. One, they're incredibly delicious, and two, they're easy to put together. This one takes the concept of Mounds bars versus Almond Joy. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. I didn't feel like a nut today. So I've got my softened butter and vanilla already in the bowl. And to that, I'm going to add my coconut, my confectioner's sugar, which will come out at some point. I really packed it in. And the sweetened condensed milk, which is very thick, very goopy. So use your spoon to get all of it out because you want to use what you've measured. And then just mix everything together. And use the spoon to flatten out the butter. And then also incorporate that condensed sugar, the condensed milk, not the sugar. Stir it together, and it gets pretty thick, which you want it to be thick. Well, not like glue, but close to it. Or actually, I guess it would be cement more. Okay, almost set. You can tell that it's come together. It's really just like a big paste, almost. But it's a paste of heavenly stuff. I really love this combination. So, because these will go into the middle of the gooey cup, I like to actually form the circles and then it's easier to put together. So, what I do is I take my measuring scoop. I use a 2-teaspoon cookie dough scoop. And I don't fill it all the way because I won't have enough and I want the right amount. And then just put it on your lined baking sheet. Stick it in the freezer for about 10 minutes while you get the other ingredients together to make the gooey brownie part of the Gooey Mounds brownie cup. And then you're good to go. What I'll do is I'll finish doing these and we'll come back in about 10 minutes once everything's ready to go. Okay, we're back. What I've done is the mounds have already frozen, so we're ready to put those into the cups, but we have to finish the brownie part. So I microwaved the butter, the brown sugar, and the sugar. And you can see it starts out and it looks like it's just going to be the greasiest mess in the world, but then it turns into this gorgeous caramel looking stuff that, it smells like brown sugar melting. Perfect. Mix and take it around the edges too. I find going around the edges gets it done a little bit faster. And you want to work quickly with this because this is very hot, which is good. And you want to melt the chocolate chips with it. However, you don't want to cook your eggs. So it's a mixture of whether you want it really hot or you don't. Add the vanilla next. Followed by the flour and the salt. And what I always do is if I'm just throwing it all in, I try and pile everything onto the measuring cup that has the flour. I know, it's one less thing I have to clean. 1 1/4 cups flour, and the recipe will be on the website, so I don't necessarily give you all the things, all the measurements as I'm doing this, but you will be able to get all the measurements there. So the flour gets mixed in. And it still doesn't quite look right. Looks like it's getting there, but not there yet. The eggs, when you add the eggs, keep whisking because you do not want these eggs to cook, and it really is a hot mixture. So, pause enough that you can get rid of that, and then just work as quickly as you can to incorporate the eggs in there. Get a little bit of a workout. I don't know, does this count as my exercise for the day? Maybe. Okay, this is done, and now that looks like it could be a really good gooey blondie cup, and I have to do that next time. I haven't tried that yet, I don't think. Well, I guess we know what I'll be doing next on my gooeys. Okay, we no longer need the whisk. The chocolate chips, whatever kind you want, add those. 1 1/4 cups. And these, you want that hot mixture to help melt them as quickly as they can. So you stir it, and you can see how quickly it goes. If you end up with some chunks of chocolate chips, great. no big deal. They'll melt when they're in there. So I never worry about those types of things. Oh, it smells so good. It's just chocolate heaven. Okay. You can see I still, if I wanted to, I could keep doing this probably another minute and I would get rid of all of the chips, but I don't mind the chips in there. That'll work out perfectly. So I don't need the spoon anymore. That's also good. Get rid of some of this. I like to organize as much as possible when I'm baking, so I tend to line things up as I need them. I've greased my muffin tin with non-stick cooking spray, and this is a really good thing to show you because I'm asked a lot about the exact measurement as I scoop and I add something into a gooey brownie cup. And I use scoops because I then don't have to stick my fingers into everything. But this one is 3 tablespoons, and you'll see. Let me show you what I mean. So I take a scoop of the brownie, and then I put it into, part of it into the cup. It's not exact. I just want some on the bottom is really what I want. And then I pick up one of my mounds, put it right in the middle. Again, if it's not right in the middle, it's fine. It'll go wherever it goes. And then just scoop the rest of the brownie batter onto it. It is so easy to do. This is a great recipe also to do with kids because there isn't anything of this that they can't do. So I like doing this. Samuel loves it, who's my 7-year-old. He loves doing these with me. And he's very cute because he comes up with different ideas of what I should do next for a gooey brownie cup. He's very clever like that. So this gives you an idea of how we scoop it, how it goes. And then once they're all done, I'll put it in the oven, bake it for 18 minutes at 350. I mean, it doesn't get easier than that. So I want to show you though. I baked this yesterday so that I'd be able to cool it and everything and my timing. And yes, there is one missing because I came home last night and I was hungry. So they smelled so good, I had to have one. To get them out, use a small metal spatula, just go around the rim, and you can see it just lifts right out like this. And then, well, I like to bite the whole thing, but to give you some idea of what I mean, you can see the almond, the mounds in there. We didn't do almond joys. The mounds are right in there, right in the middle. And if you warm them, you can warm them, you can eat them like this. I ate mine cold last night and it was addicting. I was hungry, but I wasn't that hungry and I finished the whole thing. But they're delicious. So you can warm it up if you want. You can throw some ice cream on it. You can just eat it like that. Whatever you choose, it works. Enjoy. You can get the recipe on the website, www.dessertsrequired.com. Have fun. So good.